You are now listening to For All Nerds Show, a podcast about geek and pop culture from the perspective of people of color. For All Nerds is hosted by DJ Ben Amin and Tatiana Keene Jones. For All Nerds Show is a member of the Loudspeakers Network, where we always say rest in peace to our founder, Combat Jack.
For All Nerds Show is powered by our listeners. Everything we do, from our podcasts, live events, our website, are all independently funded. Please continue to support us through our Patreon page at patreon.com/forallnerds.
Welcome to the Fan Bros, the show where the bros are fans. Doodle.
And what's up, y'all, and welcome to another episode of the For All Nerds Show, the voice of the urban geek, the podcast where we discuss geek and pop culture from the perspective of people of color. And as always, back in the captain's chair, it's your boy DJ Ben Amin, aka Cal L. Bundy, Black the King Kirby, Tan the Man Lee, Thought Pilgrim, Bid Fetch, Lionel Richie, De La Troll, Bernie Slanders, Ready Hater One, here in the spaceship tonight. And as always, I'm joined by
Tatiana King, the Grand Duchess of Tech, also known as the Book of Ashanti, Doc, Aki, Lambo Calrissian, Gucci Mane, DeLorean, Flex Luthor, J, Prince of All Saiyans, and Beretta Scott King.
Let it ring off. Let it ring off. Toss a coin to your ninja.
Sing.
Even, because it's been a while. But yes, we are back in black, back in full color. How are you doing tonight, Tatiana King?
Doing pretty well, considering the CDC doesn't care about COVID anymore.
No one does.
I'm still wearing my mask. And you know what? That's so funny. I love when no one else cares, because guess what? I care even more. I'm still wearing my mask, but I'm still also living my life the best way I can. I'm doing the best I can for what I got. In the great words of Mariah Carey. But what about you, DJ Fedami?
I went to Texas. I'm actually going back at the end of the month. I went like a couple months ago, maybe like a month and a half. Twice I got in an Uber and they were like, "You don't have to wear that in here." And I was like, just because you said it, now I do.
Right.
You damn sure convinced me.
Because you said it, now I got to. But you know,
I don't know who else was in this.
This country screwed that up a long time ago. So, you know, to each their own. I will still be wearing mine, okay? Especially in public transportation. I do live in New York City, which tends to be the epicenter of everything. And I will keep myself safe. But beyond that, I am doing well. Like, I've been traveling, doing my thing. We've been watching some great shows. We've been getting some screeners of some great shows. I mean, we're finally getting some respect in this street. Just a little bit, you know. We need some more, but I think we're on our way.
We on our way. We getting there. In fact, make sure y'all check out dropping soon. By the time, I don't know when anything drops anymore. We're doing a lot. But we will be reviewing She-Hulk, as you see from the shirt views from the 616 is on the case. We've already seen the first 4 episodes.
4 out of 9.
Yeah, 4 out of 9. And we'll have more to say about it on that episode. So make sure you are following. Hit that like, follow, subscribe button. All those good things on YouTube, SoundCloud, etc. All those different places. And, you know, you'll get the goods. That's all you need to do.
I didn't want to interrupt you, but as soon as I said 4 out of 9, I thought, 7 out of 9's little cousin. But, you know...
Oof, I've been watching a lot of battle rap videos, and that is what they would call a reach, you know, but I'll allow it. You know, there's good reaches. I watched a video where they were actually breaking down reaches in battle raps. And
really?
You know, it's hilarious. There's this one dude who's known as the king of the reach. Like, my man be throwing shit out there and then he has to explain it in the rhyme sometimes.
If you can explain it in an entertaining way,
he does.
Okay.
But then when he points it out, you're like, "Oh, okay, I get it," you know. And it's like
you're like, "Oh, okay, I give that to you."
Yeah, but he's known as the king of the reach, and he lives up to his name.
Okay.
But getting back to the topic at hand, this is a very special episode of the For All Nerds Show. I mean, all of them are very special, but we are back. And since we've been gone for a minute, you know, we've been hitting you heavy with the reviews of everything under the sun, but we haven't talked to the people in a while. So we're back with a very special Geekquently Ask Questions episode.
Yes. So all guac all the time. Guac mode activated. Woo!
This is not Chipotle. The guac is not extra. We are laying it on tonight. All of it. If you send in your questions to contact@forallnerds.com, or if you hit us on the Instagrams, on the Twitters @forallnerds, your question is probably going to be answered right now. And if you're one of the few, the proud, the many on patreon.com/forallnerds, if you're contributing to this mission, your question is definitely getting answered right now.
All right, so let's get right into it. The first comes from the chosen one at @NSabanur1906 on Twitter.
Yes.
They write, if Giancarlo Esposito joins the MCU, which character do you want him to be? The most obvious one that I actually had a few tweets about this a while ago, Professor X. Here's why. Because Giancarlo has the same level of gravitas and just a smidgen, and by smidgen I mean a lot, but a smidgen of implied fear and destruction. And I feel like that, to me, I mean, there's many different iterations of Charles, but that to me, that implies what Charles really is. Like, yes, he's supposed to be this quote unquote father figure and this leader and a teacher and all this other stuff, but the nigga can fuck you up real quick, real easy. And if you watch or follow people like Steph I Will, he really just ruins a lot of people's lives anyway. So I just feel like all that propensity of terror, at the same time being of regal nature and having stature and being able to hold court, Giancarlo embodies that. And almost damn near except for when the character doesn't require that. Genuinely, every character he's ever had. I mean, look at Gus Fring. Like, I just feel like those characters embody a lot of the personality traits that would make a great Charles Xavier Professor X. So that's my number one.
All right. Now, as far as Giancarlo Esposito, I am a huge, long time fan of his. Like, in high school, we had a project. I can't remember what the project was, but it ended up, I did it on that was a project. We had to find an actor and show off 3 different roles that showed their range. And, my man had been around forever. So I chose like something from School Days, something from this movie, The Producers, I think.
Okay.
And something else. But his range is incredible. Like,
he
people
has
know
the
him,
range.
Yeah, from just Gus Fring is like, yeah, man, he's so much more than that. But I saw a really great thread on Twitter where they were talking about how they're not sure if Marvel would make the changes to Professor X that it would require when you put a black person in that role, right? Because Professor X is a character who lives off privilege because he's a white man. That's the only reason, or one of the only reasons, that he can get away with having a school for mutants and nobody investigates or figures this out.
No one asks questions. Well, no one asks questions because they're mutants and no one wants to fuck with them anyway. So
most of the time, people don't know they're mutants. So that's the thing. The school opens in public. Xavier School for Gifted Youngsters is a public school where people who aren't mutants go there as well for some of the history. Then they change it to
but
all
the most modern history is all mutants, right?
Yeah, but that's weird, right? No one knows why there's a school.
Well, I guess that's why I also say what I just said about, if you're doing like the more modern interpretation, they try to make mutants like they're trash. Like, no one wants them anyway. So who would ask questions about people who may be refuse unless, like you said, they secretly have these powers and they're not telling nobody?
Yeah, well, most of the time it's that the school is not operating in the open most of the time.
Not to that degree. Like, you don't see, at least in the news, you don't see niggas with their heads on fire at the school talking about, they facing off against like Howard University or something like that. Like, you don't see that shit.
But in the more recent, it is like that. And so who knows how they do it. And then in the Krakoan age, you could go, it's all the way out in the open. Yeah. So it could be anything, and Giancarlo would be perfect. But pretty much any role, for me, I don't mind. I can't choose one offhand, He can do anything he wants.
There's not one that, honestly, just really, Professor X just really stands out for me. There's not one that even stands out more so for you. It could also be X or
Dr. Doom.
Dr. Doom.
If you're going to make him black. I'd also like to see him be heroic because I know he can do that. I don't think he's bulk enough to be Blue Marvel.
He hasn't been heroic.
No, he hasn't. And that's why I'd like to see him do that because I know he can.
Yeah. Like, what's his name right now? Obsidian, what's his face in Star Wars?
Golf Midian.
Golf.
Yeah.
Say that is his name again?
Golf Midian, or am I flipping it backwards? Moff Gideon.
Moff Gideon, yeah.
Yeah, I'm flipping it backwards.
I said, wait, it sounds right, but something's up.
Yeah,
Moff Gideon, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, but like I go back with him to Bugging Out and Do the Right Thing, where I wouldn't call him heroic, but he is completely different than anything you would, or like him in Usual Suspects. It's a small role.
Wait a minute. Has Giancarlo Esposito ever really truly played a heroic character, period?
I'm sure.
When?
Well, he's a good cop in Usual Suspects. He's definitely trying to hunt down Kaiser Soze. He's not a bad guy at all.
ACAB. So I don't know about that, but ACAB.
Yeah, I mean, true indeed. Next question.
Next question comes from The Rizdon. There's actually 2 questions. They write, have y'all already found your outfits when you go see Wakanda Forever? And do you think DC will ever recover from screwing over their movie fans? I feel like their track record will affect any type of new viewership and deter talent from working on their IPs. So let me work backwards on this question.
I'm
deter
laughing
talent from working on their IPs? Absolutely not. You know
Money
what? You know why?
talks.
Money. It doesn't, time and time again will show you, it doesn't matter how no plan having,
canceling
trash
movie
scripts
having,
canceling type shit going on, harboring fugitives, allegedly type shits that be going on. If the money is right, the talent is coming. And whether that's established talent that you don't really like on a personal level, but they make good movies, or whether that's indie talent that's just trying to pay their bills, it's going to keep attracting talent. I mean, that's just the nature of the world. So I don't think that's going to detract anything. Doesn't matter how good or bad it's going to happen.
the fans are going to be there as well.
I don't think I was going to say that's the next one because I'm working backwards. I don't think that's going to affect viewership either. Like, I think the people who was always going to watch is going to watch it regardless, right? And there's always going to be a certain type of people, no matter what is going on with that character or the real person in real life. This whole Ezra Miller shit. Regardless of what happens, if WB turns around and decides, you know what, fuck it, we're releasing it, which is one of their 3 choices that they actually publicized. But if they say, fuck it, we're doing it live, the people who was going to see it, regardless of what the fuck shit Ezra is doing, is still going to see it.
I mean, if they give me a free pass, I'm going to go see it.
The people who wants to see that iteration of the Flash, regardless of any motherfucking thing, is going to want to see it. They don't care. And that's fine. That's your prerogative. I just don't think it's going to necessarily affect things.
Not at all.
And before I get to the last part of the question, I wanted to make sure you got anything else you wanted to say on that, Ben. About
not really. I think
talent.
you pretty much summed it all up. I'm gonna be there for Black Adam.
Right.
I'm there for
will
Shazam.
DC ever recover from screwing the movie fans? Yes, they have already. And by recovered, I just mean continue to make boatloads of money. And that's the thing. That's the funny thing about recovery. We know that.
Yeah, they didn't recover. They didn't. They never
didn't
stopped.
necessarily fall, right?
Yeah.
Now we know from a creative perspective, from is this a good story perspective, shit is at the bottom of the barrel. We understand that. But
It's off and on though. That's the thing, you know.
It's off but it's off way more than it's on. Okay, the last time it was truly on to me was Shazam, and then pieces of
Peacemaker.
Well, I'm not talking. Okay, I'm not talking about TV, but I'm talking about the films.
Okay.
TV, yes, Peacemaker, absolutely. But and then if you're gonna go that far, then you can say Harley Quinn. That's on another level.
Oh, incredible! One of the best things
amazing.
ever. You didn't like the Batman? The Batman.
It was just mad long, bro. Like, are you dead ass? I gotta see this again for this long.
Bruh.
So I say all that.
I watched it again recently, and
It's just wow, boring.
It
bro.
is what it is.
As far as the notion that they need to recover, there's kind of nothing to recover from. They never really fell, if you really want to put it that way. Again, if you're talking from a more spiritually creative standpoint, sure, they're under hell right now. But if you're talking about anything else, like they never really faltered, right? They're still in there. And just in case you're interested, I mentioned those 3 choices that WB said publicly that they have. Scrap the movie was 1. 2, basically make Ezra go on an apology tour with the media. Or 3, just do it live. Fuck it. Play it anyway.
We'll see.
And the last part of this question was, have you already found your outfits when you go see Wakanda Forever? I have my outfit in spirit. We do know what color we're going to wear. We do know the tone and the approach we're probably going to do. I don't know if we have the exact outfit. What about you?
I've got pieces because I actually had a piece that I ordered for the last one that didn't come till No, it came after. It came like a few days after.
I was a little like, years late at this point.
And funny thing enough, I never had a time to rock it, and it's also white, so it's definitely going into my ensemble.
Yeah, we do plan on wearing white. I know someone who at us mentioned wearing white. Ben, previous to even that tweet, he said, "Oh, that's be something we gonna probably do. We gotta honor Chadwick, and that's what the characters are doing. That's what everyone who's part of this project has been doing. It's just really it's part of the honoring, and it's also a celebration, right? Like different, especially in Black cultures and different Black cultures. You don't necessarily wear black to a funeral. You wear white because you're celebrating life and all this other stuff, and you're celebrating light." And the levity of that person and what they represented in this world. So as Ben said, we probably have pieces. I have thoughts, but we gonna get there.
Yep. All right.
Next question comes from Iris Alondra. They write, "Ooh, I have a question. If you can make your own superhero with 3 superpowers that you absolutely find sickening, what would it be? And what would you want your soup to focus on as their missions? Missions with an S.
Time travel, telepathy. I mean, like hardcore telepathy, like mind control, etc. And invulnerability.
You want Scarlet Witch?
Well, she can't really time travel by herself.
When she when she yokes up a little girl that punches stars through.
That was more dimensional, and
dimensions could be through time too.
Yeah, but I need more specific, and I also don't need white because what I'm sending my superhero on the mission is going to time travel back in time and handle some business that needs to be handled.
Handle some business that need to be handled. I wonder what that vague threat.
Look, like I said,
thinly veiled threat means.
Mind control and invulnerability. Because there's going to be some things that need to be handled.
Bring the pain.
I was just trying to think of the things that would make their mission the easiest.
I also feel like those are like the most OP powers you can have.
I mean, look, I got a specific mission in mind.
You have a specific mission, yes. When you have a specific mission, especially in this world, you need some OP powers.
Yeah.
I'm also thinking
those
from like
white men are dangerous.
I'm also trying to think from like a story perspective, like what would just be interesting that's not necessarily like the key to ending everything or beginning things, but like if I go by the character that I made for Marvel a few years back, I did Make Me a Hero, and my character was a technomancer. So someone who could control and understand any and all types of technology, regardless of origin. I would definitely continue to bring that one to life, but I need 2 more powers, right?
Time travel.
Time travel and mind control.
Invulnerability. You got the technopath shit. You don't need mind control. There's other ways to complete the mission. That's what I'm saying. You don't need mind control. The techno. You got time travel, invulnerability, technopath.
This is a digital world. We are living in the future, allegedly. So, by controlling all technology, you pretty much control the world. So
true. You could get it done right here. You don't even need time travel to get mind control, invulnerability, technopath.
What would I want my soup to focus on their mission is returning power to the disenfranchised.
Yeah. That's my mission. It's much more direct.
I'm not going to say how that's going to happen, but I'm just saying.
How about nowish?
That would be the mission. And it wouldn't be a kumbaya type situation. It'd be, we're doing this live right
Time
the fuck now.
Mind control, invulnerability.
Great question. Thank you for asking.
I normally do not have answer for that one, but boy, do I.
Because look, we over here revolutionaries. Like, we got to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The next question comes from
I'll show you inclusion is revolution, boy.
Is that gonna be your hero tagline? You know how all heroes they try to come up with a tagline. Remember Miss Marvel was trying to come up with a tagline?
Yep.
I'll show you inclusion for your revolution.
Hey, that comments getting canceled in more ways than one, boy.
Want to see some revolution in this inclusion?
Oh,
Blam!
man.
All right. So the next question comes from the Alicia Shanice. They write, what's a recent Marvel rumor that you heard that you want to be true?
Ooh.
That you actually want to be true.
The X-Men actually skip everything they did before and get right to the Krakoan age. Which I think could be done, right? And this is my theory. Because they already introduced the first mutant with Miss Marvel. So if they just keep introducing random other mutants throughout the next few movies, shows, whatever,
which they very well probably will do.
Which they very well probably will do. Just keep introducing more mutants and keep making them the mutant menace, where people are scared, fear, and hate them because their kids are just suddenly turning
they're so different.
Superpowers and stuff. But that's the thing. They are so different compared to the rest of the Marvel heroes. So the rest of the Marvel heroes, some wild shit happens to them. But if you're just a normal person and your kid turns out to be a mutant, that's crazy, you know? And like, obviously has real world allegories for a lot of different things. So if they just keep doing that, piling them on, making people fear and hate them, and then one day Giancarlo Esposito sends out a telepathic message to everyone and it's like, Krakoa is open to all mutants, come through, y'all. And then they just kick it off from there.
Hitting them in the head like Aaron from Attack on Titan.
It'd be a lot though. I just don't know how Marvel can do so much with that. You know, with the Krakoan, it's so much, but I would love to see it.
I think Marvel's entering their I don't give a fuck phase. So
they need to. You know,
I
what
feel
else?
it. I feel it. The rumor I've heard that I want to be true is a standalone Storm film.
Ooh.
I will believe it when I see it,
Ooh.
but that has been a long-standing rumor that I really, truly would love to be true with obviously the right lead and the right team.
Tatiana, let me tell you what is going on right now in the comics with Storm. If I could see it, like, I mean, this ain't a spoiler because this is for months now. She is the regent of Arakko. She is now the
that I know, yeah.
leader king of Mars, of a whole world of mutants. And much other stuff has happened since then. Oh, Avengers versus X-Men versus Eternals. Ooh, that shit's fire, boy. Comics I cop. Make sure y'all pick that up. Ooh, ooh, that man Al Ewing, that man Kieran Gillen are cooking.
Okay.
Cooking right now.
Well,
ooh. All right.
Storm never has had really, truly too much of a problem when it comes to the comics. It just seems
so good right now.
But when it comes to live action, something breaks.
They just miss it.
And you just miss it. You know, you get.
Ooh, you almost had it.
Let me put some ice cubes in your drink. Okay, that's the extent of her powers. Thanks.
Yikes.
But yeah, that's the rumor. I would love to be true.
Oh God, just give me that region of Arakko film. Oh.
I hope it's coming for you.
100 million, 200 million.
Or even, what if it's just a comment about it? They're like, wasn't she ruled over Arakko or something? What if you never see any of that, but they mention it somewhere?
No.
You want it to be shown.
No. I need to see that introduction when Dr. Doom is like, who rules Mars?
Me,
and she
nigga.
steps out like, you know my name.
Who you
The Wind Rider.
Nigga, you know the
She lists all her titles.
Could you imagine in live action Dr. Doom asking that question and here comes Storm saying, you know the fucking vibe? Like, just out there.
I lose it. But like I said, that's so far. We'll see. All right, next question. Whew. Go buy them books.
Next question comes from Picture Me Rolling.
Mm-hmm.
They write, first, I just want to say thank you for blessing us with so much content. You're very welcome. Thank you for enjoying the content.
Yes.
We do put a lot of work into it when we get that content out of here. And
tell your friends.
We're still cooking, but thank you.
Mash that like and subscribe button.
I fucking hate that phrase.
I love it.
Since the dawn of it, I hate it.
Hit the like.
No, mash. That shit.
No, I know. I like that's my new one.
Hit the like. Now that's funny. All right, anyway, the question goes, I know that Views from the 616 keeps y'all busy, but my question is, what shows or movies have y'all been checking out when you're not viewing 616?
Ooh, well, that's perfect. I can shout out Masked Innocence, who I stole that hit the like from, because I've been watching their YouTube rap video compilations. They're great. If you like rap battles, Masked Innocence on YouTube has fantastic compilations. Let's see. Shows and movies, though.
I watch P-Valley.
RRR.
Yes, I watch P-Valley religiously. We were just talking about that. Your girl Megan Thee Stallion was just on an episode, so it was amazing. Ben Amin just yelled out one that he was really pressing me to watch it, and like it took me like a week and a half, and I was just like, "What is wrong with this man? Why is he so dead ass about this?" And then I watched it, and I said, and first of all, it's a 3-hour long movie,
Epic.
but it is worth every fucking minute. It was the most epic fucking film I've probably ever seen to date. RRR, you can watch it on Netflix.
Like, one of my boys, whenever I talk to him, he's like, you always say that this is the best thing ever, right? But the thing is, I'm only telling him about things that I consider the best things ever. I consider Everything Everywhere All at Once to be one of the best films I've ever seen. I consider RRR to be one of the best films that I've ever seen. It's just wild to me that both of these things came out in the same year. But it's also up there like with things like Mad Max Fury Road, which, you know, I think is one of the best films I've ever seen. And a lot of people, I think, just only focus on things that they grew up with or, you know, classics or whatever. But these movies to me are modern classics. RRR, I've seen like 3-4 times now.
RRR is a fucking classic. Fucking classic.
I've also been watching Primal. That's an animated series by Jenny Tardau. I can never pronounce his name. The same animator who did the original Clone Wars and a bunch of other classic animations. Primal, it's on HBO Max. It has no dialogue. It's about a caveman and this dinosaur teaming up to get through life, pretty much. No dialogue at all, and it will break your heart pretty much every episode, and the storytelling is just incredible. So I've been peeping that.
I gotta just say RR again. Ram and Beam. Beema. Oh my God.
Yeah. It defies description.
The first 40 seconds. If even that long.
Yeah.
And I mean the actual film itself, because there's a bunch of intro. But the actual, like when it actually starts being the film, the first 40 seconds. After that, you in that bitch.
Yeah.
You are
3
fucking
hours.
in that hole. Oh my God.
You're in it for 3 hours.
What is but yes, everything everywhere all at once. Yes, that just wanted to just reiterate again. That's just probably one of the best movies I ever had seen in my life.
Space Sweepers. My man Mello put me onto it. It's a Korean film. It's on Netflix. It was one of the biggest films last year. I just had to peep it this year. It's fantastic. Definitely peep that out as well. It's such a good movie.
If you haven't seen it yet, because I had caught up like last month or so, but if you haven't seen the most recent season of Atlanta, that really it's amazing work. Like you cannot even gonna hold you. It's on some other shit.
I've seen people talk about this season and feel like Donald made it for the white gays instead of for black people.
I don't care who he made it for. You think he made it for. It's a fucking good work.
I don't agree with that at all. I think it's incredible. I think it's one of the best TV shows ever. The 4th season's dropping in September, and I cannot wait. I actually have this idea to do a show on that, do a podcast on that, because my man has never seen an episode. And so for the final season, I was thinking maybe he could catch up, but I don't even know if we got time. So
I don't know.
Yeah. It's tight.
I just told Ben it came back for season 2. It's like the first 3 episodes out now, but Reservation Dogs.
Oh,
fantastic.
Harley Quinn. We mentioned it earlier, but goddamn, that show is like, it ain't right how good that show is, though. Like, it ain't right how good Harley Quinn is. Those first 2 seasons are perfection. I can't wait to get into the 3rd season because perfection.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of shows. We can probably go on some more, but it's like, if you just hit us up, if you're still looking for recommendations, hit us up directly, like online, because then we can like go through our libraries and tell you exactly what to check out. Like, especially if you're English speaking person, like, or if that's your first language, like other language films or shows, those are cream of the crop.
Yeah, that's what I've really been getting into a lot lately. A lot of Korean stuff, a lot of Bollywood, even TV, because Netflix started recommending me this one. I want to say it's called, I don't think it's Sex, but it's something like that. You can Google it. The plot is a police officer goes undercover to arrest this drug kingpin, and she poses as a prostitute. And her sexuality gets unleashed and she starts going into the world and become a more, falling onto the dark side, Breaking Bad, instead of, arresting this dude. And I just watched the pilot and I was like, oh, this is a fire pilot. She's the cop.
Okay.
Yeah, I won't give it away how the pilot ends, but at the end of that, I was like, oh, okay. I haven't got past the pilot, but that's a good one.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Next question comes from Nestle Snipes, aka She-Hulk. She-Hulk Shaw, attorney at law. Like Maxine Shaw.
Okay, I get it. There we go. Okay. Took me a second.
Do you have a hard time letting go of shows you're no longer interested in simply because you've stuck with them for so long?
Nah.
Nope.
Not at all.
But that Shannon Sharp gift?
Yeah.
Nope. I'm very good at letting go. I'm very good at shutting shit out, especially when it no longer serves me or is toxic or it's just boring.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, nah, I'm over it.
Yep.
And nah, I'm gone. Now, I've heard of people who are just like, yo, I've invested so much time, I got to see it through. I was like, why do you still want to torture yourself like that? Like, I think that's a waste of time.
Well, they say that they watch The Flash and are still on it. Shout out to my homie, Eric. He's the showrunner of The Flash, Black man, so I love it. So thank you for supporting him. I have not watched it in a while, though. I can't lie. Like,
I haven't watched it in years.
Yeah.
I mean, and I guess that speaks to the longevity of the show, wrong, right, and or indifferent, but years.
And I know it still has, hit or miss moments. It just, that's a CW show. I couldn't give it like more than 4 or 5 seasons. Shout out to the great legend Chico Leo, who once said that no show should be more than 5 seasons. For the most part, I pretty much agree with him. It's a very rare show I've seen that can sustain more than 5 seasons.
Could you name a series that went past 5 seasons that still remained really fresh? That you could think of?
Nah.
Like pretty much it kind of jumps the shark on its own by that point.
Yeah, right? Not that I can think of. Not offhand. No way.
They did continue. That's where they are with The Flash. Watching it has been like a chore for years now. I caught the first 5 episodes season, was in the hospital for a few months. I'm sorry about that. I hope you're okay. And they used it as being in the hospital as an excuse not to continue. That's so funny. You waited till you were in the hospital to be like, oh, I can't do this no more. Let me get physically, hurt or sick or whatever first before I'm like, I can't do this no more. But now with the news that next season is the last, I feel obligated to power my way through the end. For you, my friend, because you've subjected yourself to this for so long, you probably should, right?
Yeah.
Because, and also you already have a guilty conscience about it. So cleanse yourself in the waters of Lake Minnetonka and just watch the final season.
Yeah, so, support Black showrunner. Shout out to E-Boy doing his thing over there. I'm not mad. And congratulations on getting that last season as well.
All right, here comes another question.
Oh, man. Desus and Mero.
Aw. What up, fam? Maze here, a.k.a. Dr. Maze, and the a.k.a. of sadness.
That was terrible. And I get it, but, I mean, we're starting off bad.
Scarlet Witch Project.
What? Wait. Oh, like the Blair Witch?
Instead of Blair Witch, yes. That's why I rolled my eyes.
Yeah, that's ass.
You guys can see the eye. You can hear the eye roll, but yes. The mint condition of vision. Pikachu.
Wait, why?
Moving on. Pikachu.
Okay.
That Pikachu in Kanchu? Pikachu? Or okay. So I see the letter K there. Okay.
Jesus.
And AKA the 5th element. Like 5th floor, bro.
No, like 5th. I plead the 5th.
That 5th.
Yeah, terrible. 5th floor, Brother Man would have been better. I mean, Maze, you've outdone yourself, boy. You've outdone yourself. Like, you know that meme where they show the 0 points, 0 rebounds. You played 40 minutes and you did nothing.
0 assists.
Nothing, dog.
No.
Fouled out.
Maze has had at least a couple of assists.
Yeah, but not this game. No, 0. This is donut. I'm sorry. Let's get to the question. Maybe that'll be an assist.
Maze continues. How the hell is everyone? How are you, Maze? I hope you and the baby and the family are well.
Yep.
There, I hope it's well. Me, I'm loving the dad life. I just wish I knew what sleep was on. Feel for you.
Yeah.
I'm sure this
Better you to me.
Right. I'm sure this will get covered, but let's talk about those new MCU phase reveals. What movie and show from phase 5 and 6 are you looking forward to the most? My picks are Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 and What If Season 2. Plus, I'm over the moon that Avengers Secret Wars literally drops on my birthday. I will get to the rest of your question in just a moment. I just want to address what your question was. Now, I have to actually pull up what's exactly in phase 5 and 6 because I don't remember. Disney is just like I said, they just don't give a fuck at this point. Marvel, so they just releasing everything on your head top for 30 years straight.
There ain't nothing, I'll be honest. No.
Really?
Yeah, no, because I mean, Black Panther 2 is in this phase. They haven't announced the new Wakanda series. Ironheart, I'd say. Ironheart.
Okay, here's a little imagery. Okay, so we have Is this
Quantum
phase
Mania?
5? Yes, phase 5. Quantum Mania, Secret Invasions, Guardians of the Galaxy, Echo, The Marvels, Loki season 2. I'm here for Loki season 2. Blade.
Kate's not running it though, so I gotta wait and see.
Because I'm looking for because I want to see what they're gonna do.
Yeah, it's a wait and see.
And it's still Loki, my Disney prince.
Yeah, not me.
He said that's not my prince. Not my prince. Not my president. Blade, while I'm not like so hype off the character Blade itself, I am hype off of Mahershala.
And I'm super hype about what I've heard behind the scenes that I can say no more about.
Okay.
Yep.
Ironheart, obviously, like, come on. Ironheart's like big sister. Agatha comes out, Daredevil comes out, Captain America, New World Order comes out, and the Thunderbolts. I really don't care about the Thunderbolts.
I do.
Okay. I gotta see where they're going with that. Right now, I don't care. Maybe I'll care after more things come into play as the phases continue. Did you want to see about phase 6? I don't know if you had thoughts about phase 6, but phase 6, Benjamin, give me a moment, drum roll please, has the giant number 4 logo, the alleged Fantastic Four, along with the Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars.
That's it so far?
That's all I can see in this screenshot. I don't see anything on the bottom half of the line, just stuff on the top. So, Kang, I fuck with
Quantum Mania for that. I mean, we gonna get a lot of Kang.
I love Ant-Man, so anything around him, I'm with it. Yeah, it's only 3 right now that I see.
The Marvels, I'm super hyped for.
Okay,
I'm hoping for that. Let's say, that's one where I'm like, please be good. That's the one where I'm like, that's my biggest. Where I'm like, yeah, please be really good.
Okay. Maze also writes, he writes, I also have a theory that the saga for phases 7 to 9 will be the mutant saga. What do you think?
No. Sorry.
You just said no.
I just don't think, I think this, I'm sorry, this not from Maze, just in general. I think the whole phase thing is overrated and tired now. Because Marvel used to end the phases on Avengers movies, and now it's just random as hell.
It is.
And I think that's also kind of restricting them. It makes people it gives it where it's like we're looking forward instead of what is
Don't you
right
want them
now.
To look forward? Oh, you want them to live in the moment.
But you want them to live in the moment, and and I think that because Marvel's quality is dipping right now, that it's like they're kind of like, well, look what we got coming, because
I feel like phases are less of an evolution of the storylines.
Yeah, then they want to say they are,
and more of just like if you're making an outline on paper, like literally just like lines of delineation. Like, okay, we're going to release this stuff here. It doesn't really. There's not real any story to even the release of it. I mean, yes, you could just say from a very basic standpoint, yes, there's story that's connecting. That's not what I mean.
Yeah.
I mean, even the pomp and circumstance, kind of similar to what you said, the pomp and circumstance behind what the phase really meant. It was another reality or another level of the MCU. I kind of feel less that way.
Yeah, and the idea where people are saying it's like the phase 1 through 3 was the Infinity Saga, when in fact Thanos featured in 2 minutes up until the final 2 movies. it wasn't about him. It wasn't a big Infinity Saga where from the beginning he was trying to gather the stones like that. It wasn't any of that. I mean, he was, but
Well,
he
it was
wasn't.
implied that he was. We just, wasn't
Don't see it.
privy to it.
I guess so. But in a new one, this being the multiverse saga, I guess maybe we'll see more multiverse later. But I don't know. I'm kind of like, whatever to that. And if it is the mutant saga, I'd be whatever to that too. It'd be like, okay, that's cool. But I think that's just kind of like goofy.
I feel like 7 to 9 is a little late to be all of a sudden the mutant saga.
I'm also like, Jesus, I can't look that far ahead, fam.
Like, we're going to be like,
not thinking about. I just don't want to,
50 years old.
It's like this is right
90,
now.
Like,
yeah, let's think about right now, man. I'm not worried about.
No, I just think Phase 7 to 9 is going to be it's just a little late. Like, I feel like they're already they're jumping into both the multiverse and mutant stuff like now. So I don't know. Yeah. But Maze does have a PS. He writes, if Marvel doesn't collab with WWE for the Captain America New World Order merchandise rollout, they are hustling.
No, they're not. No, next question. No, they're not. Do you know who was part of the New World Order? Like, let's not forget what that man did. And moving on. We don't even need to mention the name. Moving on. Come on, man. You 0 for 0 today, Maze. Work on that jumper.
Ben is so mean to you. We do love you.
I love you,
all for love.
I mean, the question was good. Yes. So you hit one right there. You hit a free throw.
I know he's crying right now, but like crying, laughing. But anyway, the next question. Hey y'all, with a very, very Miss Minutes of you. Hey y'all, thought I'd send in a few questions this time around. First, if you were to host a dinner party for 4 characters from the MCU, heroes, villains, sidekicks, side pieces, etc., who would you invite and why? Let's get to that question first. It's the second part of it. I want to fucking laugh. I want to have a good ass time. I probably would invite Ant-Man. For one, for sure, because he's just entertaining and hilarious. I have to... Ooh, a villain that I really like. See, the villain I care about like that is a DC villain. I can't invite Lex Luthor. Who would you invite? We were having a joint dinner party, so you can add people on.
Kang,
yes.
Or he who remains.
He who remains is fucking. But wait, the one that we like got
who
murked.
Remains. I don't care. I'm not worried about that.
He who remained got murked. So
yeah, but in my world, he's still alive. So he who remains.
All right. But I said because I want that version. I don't know how the other Kangs be acting. So
yep.
Okay.
No, because I'm getting back to my mission. So he who remains. Like my dinner party is setting
dinner
off
party, not freeing the world. Okay?
No, my dinner party is setting off my mission. So
oh god. Okay.
He who remains.
I'm mad they wrote side pieces though.
Professor X.
I need a woman there.
I know. I'm just worried about. Do I have to have a sidekick? No. All right. Well then, yeah. He remains. Professor X. Hulk.
You want Hulk? Wait, you want Smart Hulk? Like which Hulk?
Smart Hulk. Yep. There we go.
Okay.
And I don't know.
I want Storm because I'm gonna worship at her feet.
Well, that's not MCU yet, but I'll go with it.
Whatever, it's MCU now.
In fact, since I want to keep it black, He Who Remains, Storm, Blue Marvel, and Monica Rambeau. And we're off on my mission.
Africans only.
Yeah, we're off on my mission.
Now we're at a Black Panther meeting all of a sudden, like, this is a dinner party.
I mean, since you said it, right? I'll say Black Panther up in there too. We can swap him out for Blue Marvel. Blue Marvel because he's powerful. Yep. And we off on my mission. Time traveling away. You know how we do.
I'm over here like, I just want to laugh. And he's like, I have to free every African on this planet. Like, okay.
I'm not wasting time, folks. You know what I mean? You're giving me a dinner party with 4 powerful people. I'm getting things done.
Gifts.
What's the next question?
Donations. The second part of this question is, second, Sam let us know in Falcon and the Winter Soldier that unless you were Tony, you're not getting pizzed like that to be a superhero. That being said, which of the Avengers is supplementing their income with a side hustle on OnlyFans? Who's taking top dollar on Demon Time?
Wow.
Half of them niggas, to be quite honest with you, because all of them be keeping secrets. And Ant-Man for sure. I mean, he was a felon coming in that bitch. So
He had to sit at home for a lot of time.
yeah. Who's making top dollar on Demon Time? Ooh. I keep thinking mutants. That's so funny, right? And I know they're not MCU yet, but they are. But I do keep thinking mutants. Who you think, Ben? I mean, Thanos. If we looking at them pictures that was coming out back when Infinity
I am not paying top dollar for that one.
and Endgame, do you see those with his ass out?
I don't think I can answer this question without implicating myself in several different ways, so I'll just keep quiet. Who's making top dollar?
No. Say it, Ben. Say it. You gotta say it.
I mean, I'm paying top dollar for Dark Phoenix, but that goes out back to childhood.
Okay, well, whatever.
Yeah, that's just,
OnlyFans. Oh, what's her name? The Diamond Princess. Emma Frost.
I pay top dollar for that.
Emma Frost is on she's on OnlyFans right fucking now, okay? Like, don't play with her. For sure, her.
Yes.
But yeah, like I said, I keep thinking mutants. But anyway, they write, they continue love getting to work with y'all, getting to support the awesome work that you do. Joel, aka Triggatrice, aka Gore the God Butch Queen. Let's go, Kitty Cat Pride.
Little Kitty Cat Pride.
Little Kitty Cat Pride. Oh, let's go, Little Kitty Cat Pride. There we
You
go.
go.
I had to do it the right way. Thank you, Ben Amin. AKA Shang-Chi and the Legend of the 10-Piece Wings with a side of mumbo sauce. Okay, DC. Oh,
Hey.
DC, I see you.
Hey, lunching on them.
And Joel is actually our intern. So, like, if you guys pay attention to us, which you should, we have opportunities to work with us all the time. So, Joel is responsible for the amazing audiograms you guys have been seeing on our social medias, all the cute clips of all the quirky or funny or really important things that we or guests say on the show. So, thank you, Joel, for your service.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you, and thank you for the questions. They were great, and I really love. Once I said it right, I love the Kitty Cat Pride one. That's
Yes, love that one. I love Gore the God Butch Queen too. That's also
yes,
awesome.
that one went in. I love it.
I don't get Trigger Trace. I don't know it. I don't know the Trace reference, but also Legend of the 10-Piece Wings is, that's pretty official. And
good.
Shout out to DC. I was just down in DC to see Starface, the legend himself. It was beautiful. He brought out Backyard Band, and I got some live
wow.
go-go. Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
He's been performing with them since like 90s early.
Backyard, and I think Rare Essence and maybe one other, they were at Something in the Water back in, was that June? Something in the Water Festival, ForAllNerds Festival. So,
Yep.
I mean, that's just cool. I like I said, it's just when you immerse yourself in DC in any way, being a Howard grad, HU,
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. I finished it for you. When you become part of that DC culture, you really start loving go-go. So
Yeah, and Backyard are like my peoples for real. Like Big G, that's my dog. Like a lot of people know him as Slim Charles from The Wire, but Big G, lead singer of Backyard Band, that is my peoples for life. Just a good ass dude. Like, love that brother boy. Yeah.
all right, y'all. That is the end of our guac episode and our guac questions. If you wanted to have participated, first of all, you should have been following us because then you missed the boat. We had several boats try to pick y'all up and get these questions in. But if you don't want to miss the boat next time, this is what you got to do. You have to be following us on socials at ForAllNerds, at Views from 616, at Tatiana King, at DJ Ben Amin. Follow us everywhere all the time because we are always dropping knowledge or opportunities or, like opening the door for your guac questions. So make sure you're doing that. Make sure you are listening and subscribe to us on your favorite podcast platform. We're on everything. On Twitch, twitch.tv/ForAllNerds. On YouTube, what is it?
YouTube.tv/ForAllNerds.
Yes, I'm about to say, I don't know what the URL is anymore, but if you just search, even just straight up search for ForAllNerds TV, we pop up. That's our YouTube.
Yep.
Point is, if you want to be down with the Get Down, you want to be part of the ForAllNerds fan, make sure you're doing all of these things. And if you want to ask the questions, you can do so when we post up the guac, the Geekquently Ask Questions prompts on our socials. Or you can even just email us, contact@forallnerds.com. And as always, thank you to everyone who supports us financially, whether it be through our Patreon, patreon.com/ForAllNerds, where doesn't even matter what tier you're on, you get special privileges, you and only you, okay? No one else gets this stuff. And you get access to things like giveaways, free shit, prizes, gifts and donations. And also make sure you are supporting us on our TeePublic. Ben Amin is wearing the legendary Views from the 616, the Black Watcher tee, with the blackest MCU podcast in the multiverse on the back of the shirt. He's also holding up the Miss Menace, would you like to fuck around and find out shirt. Again, we have these exclusive designs. Thank you to everyone who's ever worked with us. Shout out to Rebecca, who created the incredible Wong Was Right shirt that we wear religiously every time we go to an MCU film. Thank you.
We got a new one coming.
We got a lot of new designs coming. So please make sure, again, tpublic.com/stores/ForAllNerds. Make sure you go there to pick up your For All Nerds tee of multiple different designs that you can put on anything. Could be a tee, could be a hoodie, could be I don't know if they have button downs, maybe a button down. Could be a mask, because you should still be wearing a mask. Anything. A mug, a book.
A mug.
Inclusion is revolution. You know how Ben Amin said? He just said, take this revolution with your inclusion.
Fan Bros.